Dutie. The new underground wave is bigger than people realize. Let me make sure y'all can hear this when I play it. I'm mad that I just got outmogged, man. I'm fucking pissed, dude. Pissed. Can't even describe it.
I've been saying this whole thing for a while. Underground doesn't even mean what it used to anymore. Back then, underground meant hidden. No real motion, no real platform, no real reach, but still having these guys that said fuck everything else that's going on and brought their own sound to something that was very special over time. But now you got those same artists, right? Selling out venues, shutting down festivals, finding some way on Billboard 200, building cult fan bases, and creating some of the most passionate crowds we've seen in years. At Rolling Loud, for an example. And it's just my honest opinion.
That's not lie. He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
That's the new divide, the new mainstream, forming in real time. And I seen what Academic said, and I feel like that's the missing point that he had. When he said there's no middle class in rap anymore, I somewhat disagree because the middle class didn't disappear. It just shifted. The attention moved to the new wave. And I'm seeing a man.
I miss Lil Tecca, Prime Lil Tecca, fucking Tech Lil Tecca. Nigga, I miss that Lil Tecca. Like when Ken dropped what A Great Chaos, and then when Tecca dropped Tech. Great times.
In the industry still look at these artists like placeholders because they don't fully understand what they're looking at yet. But the fans do, because the new gen built itself without that. Without the industry structure, no radio involved. There's a lot of artists that are signing, but we know that label push is not needed for the start at all. But we see time and time again, more artists push to be more independent. And even some of the most popular artists right now are in distro deals. Their fan base do the work for them. Also, no mainstream cosigns required. The SoundCloud era, SoundCloud wave.
He not lying.
2016 to about 2018, right?
Shout out my niggas. Everybody's lying.
But it's a new form.
Shout out my niggas.
Fan bases through Discord, underground pages.
Look at Molly. Molly is the best female underground artist out right now, besides BK. K3 is okay, but she hasn't dropped. So I'm proud. No, I'm mad. Molly got the fucking Drake effect, bro. How she up to 10.7 million monthly listeners on Spotify? I hate that for her, bro. She was gonna get that shit regardless. Drake to speeded that shit up.
Streamers, repost accounts, meme culture, YouTube clips and shorts, and these comms that genuinely care. That's why the support looks so different. People can catch on. It's not casual anymore. People don't just listen to these artists anymore. They represent them. They dress like them, talk like them, edit videos around them, travel to go see them, throwing up random ass symbols with their fingers, defend them online like a.
I'm not FN though.
That's why we see.
I don't like non-vicious.
Surrounding the underground, comparison after comparison.
If you love me,
there's a reason for that happening. That's why these shows feel different. And even Rolling Loud.
If you love me, FN.
People try to downplay this scene like it was some tiny niche internet wave, right? But then those same artists been touching the same festival stages.
What is your, thoughts on the current underground and, the new music, things that you're liking, things that you're not liking, and just even advice?
I don't not like nothing. But the new
damn Lucky's dreads is fucking big. Y'all heard me say dreads first. That's the first thing I fucking saw. He got long ass dreads. I don't know why I said big.
But it's like at a level that these kids superstars, like I feel like we doing them a disservice calling it the underground. Like these kids superstars game. Like you see Nets been on tour. Like Nets been performing it look like performing in like big capacity venues, like no little kid venues. Like these kids, they superstars, bro. Like we need to, cause when we was the underground, it was like the gold rush in like 2017 when they started signing people. But at first nobody was getting paid from that shit. These kids is like millionaires, going into it. In a way that probably hinders some of them because it's so early.
And you can see this shit for yourself. People are saying this. The energy look bigger than half of the mainstream acts that people have been forcing for years. But the people that have been paying attention for a while and supporting these new artists, right, weren't shocked at all. This has been happening. The quote-unquote underground, as you put it, has been building one of the strongest systems in music, but support system for the last 3 to 4 years. The difference now is that the rest of the industry is finally seeing it publicly. You can't call these artists underground.
Osama's so tough.
Unnecessary as barrier when they're charting here and there, right? It might not be a global hit or some shit like that, or a song.
Do I got some music to react to?
That's very rare, but it's definitely a thing where they're qualifying on the Billboard 200 with their albums. They're also touring and selling out small to medium-sized venues. That's way better than 75% of what the mainstream scene is at right now. in terms of middle class. Those guys is off the hook now. Academic said it himself. He don't even know where those guys is at. They can't sell. They asking for too much money for Rolling Loud, knowing that they're not at that place no more. Just doesn't make sense. The new rising up-and-coming rappers filled in those places for the younger audience and bring newer eyes. Guys who run these.
I gotta react to that Playboy Max 1300 Saint song.
Fresh, who got a small, medium-sized spark going on for himself, where you can definitely see his support base and how strong it is, and knowing for a fact that he's gonna bring in some pull. Of course, I'm gonna cut off half of what I was finna spend on this artist that's not as high anymore, who has this crazy-ass ego and his pride is too strong to just dumb down the price and perform and give a decent show. But
I don't like Lil TJ.
Where the support base is way more visible than yours, though. And when he gets
I don't like that nigga.
Eat that up. And you watched all his other shows, his other tours, the raw clips out there on TikTok, different platforms and shit like that, and seeing the kind of wave and energy that he brings to the table when it's time to present. And you got people out there doing the 10K to 20K range. And then you got the bigger artists like Ken, Yeet, Lone, that's touching that mainstream layer. Lone was nearly at 40K. Look at what Ken is doing right now. 50 and 60Ks, qualifying for Billboard, selling out merch, headlining growing festivals. But just look at this branch off that we're seeing. The top 10 on every section.
2 Opium members in the fucking, I just peeped that. Where's Lone at? 2 Opium members in the fucking opening. I mean, headlining. I'm not gonna lie, I'm there. Next Rolling Loud, I'm there.
Our quote-unquote underground artists, as y'all put it.
I can't wait to see Che again, son.
A moment for the culture. At some point, the label just stopped making sense. And honestly, I think we're reaching that point where we need a new term. Another thing that people overlook is influence. A lot of these sounds, aesthetics, visuals, editing styles, production trends, vocal styles, fashion movements, and internet slang. The mainstream, as you put it, is reacting to the underground right now. Not the other way around. And I know y'all finna say, well, they're just copy and paste from the mainstream guys, or the people that popped off in the SoundCloud wave. What do you think those SoundCloud rappers are doing now? Or the rappers that popped off from 2016? What do you think they're looking at? I just spoke to my homeboy about this. When guys talk about Uzi or Cardi or Thug, right? Guys gotta realize they've been watching this scene very closely. They ain't chasing old mainstream formulas. They see where the wave going. You got Thug reforming YSL with fresh energy, signing artists like Teezus and Diamond, who will bring yin and yang. Diamond give you that smooth, groovy feel, while Teezus come in with that raw, aggressive energy. And it doesn't matter if it's on paper or not, because this is the same guy that had his eye on Nine Vicious in his earliest days. Even if he not signed on paper anymore, the main thing that Nine talk about is YSL. He hate Thug here and there, but he love him.
He ain't lying at all.
That Thug had for Nine was crazy. And yes, I get it. Ken did some work behind this. Lil Gotti did some work behind this. But don't forget, Thug still considered Nine to be signed to YSL. No matter what way you put it, his first year of having a spark, he's already at Rolling Loud, had one of the best sets, and his crowd was out of control. Thug keep those guys around. He got Oway. He know where the spark is coming from.
Oway!
YBL. We ain't never got to bring up much. Let's just talk about attacking this tour. Half the people on the stage was so-called underground, but people don't realize, yo, that's intentional.
That's other week on that damn hey, I'm ready for Tina to drop some new music, son.
You've seen a new artist popping on stage, and those same artists are booking at Rolling Loud, getting major deals for themselves, signing distros, and making their own heavy spark. I mean, shit, look at Uzi. Every other week or every other month, he's showing love to somebody in the scene. He done got his own label now, too. He know what's up. They just tapping in with the same energy that built them. Those same guys I just named don't even look at the middle tier acts at all, because what they got building in the scene right now is already moving the culture forward. The future isn't the old middle class. It's right here. And these new artists don't need mainstream validation. Y'all remember that time where Ack hated Ken Carson? He said, what the fuck is this? Party clone, get him out of here. Now that same guy is headlining Rolling Loud. That same guy that was under a fucking tent at Rolling Loud is a damn headliner last minute because of YoungBoy dropping out. These same artists that people try to downplay, bro, are building entire movements. And of course, I know that Rolling Loud has always been...
fuck YoungBoy, nigga. He should have been the headliner off rip. Look at that. Look at Dexter.
Someone's still underground. It also started as underground. But the CEO said it himself. It's a new beginning, a new era, and that whole recent list definitely had majority of the scene. We haven't seen anything like that in a long time. Every year there's about like 3 to 4 artists. Okay, cool. But this year was totally different.
Oh my gosh, Shay!
The flip side happened. That's why I feel like people are so disconnected. They look at these new artists and say, who are these people? What is this sound? Why are they so big? This is just a copy and paste. And they only say that because the culture moved online faster than traditional media. The new generation discovered their stars without blogs, radio, television, and by the time media mainstream figures realized that was happening, these same artists already had thousands of fans waiting outside venues. That's why these moments matter so much. Rolling Loud wasn't just a festival set. It was right in our faces, gang. Proof that these fan bases are real. Proof that the underground isn't temporary.
Why he talking to his DJ like that? That's fine.
Because a lot of these artists are just getting started. There's dudes out there still calling Yeet, Ken Carson, and Lone still underground.
Them niggas. Arenas. Okay, Yeet definitely not underground. None of them niggas is still underground. They're like the top three most known niggas who have made it from the underground to mainstream.
for them to be mainstream. What middle class rapper is selling out arenas right now? Who's doing that anyway? The people that y'all call underground rappers are doing more than those middle class rappers when they do book an arena or a medium sized venue. Bro, you're not finna tell me that Osama Sun is underground when he just sold more than that first week just based off of streaming. Bro, just go look at their last performances. Look at Rich the Kid crowd and look at where 9 is at. You're not finna tell me that Netspin is just deep underground, gang. He just sold more than Jack Harlow first week.
That's crazy. I didn't even know Jack Harlow fucking dropped, nigga.
These were huge artists for the middle class tier in that mainstream category. Yes, that was a thing. Osama Sun even sold more than Offset recently.
Osama Sun has sold more first week than Kodak Black, Ty Dolla $ign, and Offset in 1 month is insane.
That's
bro.
crazy.
The new generation's taking over. If you have a cult following, they will show out for you, bro. Okay, they will.
This underground niche, as you put it, has created its own mainstream. Some of these guys are becoming the new faces of a whole different scene. The people that been on to the scene, the pages,
I keep dropping my damn phone.
Photographers, curators, and the fans, they already seen this coming. Now everybody else is finally catching up. And people seen that, and it became a huge combo surrounded Rolling Loud. But yeah, I'm done, champ. Let me know how y'all feel about this whole thing.
Yes.
Am I just talking? Do I have a point? What do y'all disagree with? Anyways, make sure to follow my Twitch and
Boy,
my
you
IG
do
right
not
now.
love your life.
I love y'all so much. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.
W Dutie. I do gotta read.